Hi, I'm Madison Pruitt, and I've gone retired. This past week was absolutely terrible. I was in southern Colorado at my condo in Coachella, Colorado, the week before the 4th of July, and I had to leave because of the spring fire. Now, the spring fire is absolutely horrendous. It's over 100,000 acres burned. The containment is improving. The last I heard, it was 35% contained. And I know that some of the main roads are being reopened again, so it's very positive at this point. I think my condo is going to survive. But anyway, as I was leaving after the mandatory evacuation, I didn't reach Amarillo, Texas until close to midnight. And because it was pitch black, I ran into a deer on a 70 mile per hour road. I think my car is totaled. I haven't heard yet from the insurance company, but I do know that the initial estimate was over $6,000. And it's a 2010 automobile, so I suspect it's going to be marked totaled. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about me getting ready to go to Alaska. I'm going to go to Alaska, and I've got to get the RV set up so that I can pack it, make sure everything's clean, make sure everything's ready to go. And that's what this video is about. Not about the disaster that was last week. It's about looking forward to going to Alaska and having all kinds of adventures. As I mentioned, one of the things that I need to do before I can make the trip to Alaska is to give the rig a good washing. One of the advantages of having a Travado 59K is that you can wash it in a normal car wash. This is a huge advantage because then you don't have to go to a truck car wash or anything like that, and you don't have to pay extra money to wash it. It can be done in a normal car wash. There's one thing you have to watch out for though, and that is that if you have solar panels, you have to be just a little careful about how you do the solar panel wash. You don't want to get soap suds on it, so you have to do a few extra things. First of all, you need to dust it off, and then you only want to use clear water to wash it. So I'm going to dust off the panel, and then I'll wash it with clear water. Let's get over there real far. It's kind of hard. So to wash the panels, I will just use the rinse cycle. Put in some coins. While I was washing the van, I had my dog groomed. My dog is Tigger, and he's going to go with me on the trip, and it'll be 3 months before we get back, so he needed to get his hair cut pretty short and get all cleaned up for the trip. Well, I've just about got everything packed for the trip to Alaska. Thought I'd show you how I have everything done. Well, this is the RV, and it's a twin bed. I sleep on this one over here because it's a little longer than this one. This one is made out with a blue blanket on top of it right now. This one is just made out with just a thin spread on top of it. I keep my clothes that I'm going to wear right here. My socks and shirts are right here. I normally wear a knit shirt, so they're all right in here. My shorts and underwear are in here. I have this little partition between, and also one right here, to keep things from sliding around when I'm driving. This one I'm using strictly for dirty clothes. So they go in here, and I have a dirty clothes bag right here, you know, to put them in. On the other side, I have back here my meds, my blood sugar testing, all of my med supplies are back here. Here I have needles and swabs. Since I'm diabetic, I have to have needles for the insulin. And this is just an empty bottle for used needles I put. And I put the back into here. I put in my toys. My drone is up here. My GoPro is down here, and this is just a mobile thing to, you know, to make the camera not move so much. And in this one, I have an extra blanket, and I have swim shorts because I'm going to go to Illiard Springs. And if I go to Illiard Springs, well, I got to wear something. So I'll wear swim shorts. And that's how I'm pretty much prepared to go. So underneath my bed, I have the things that I don't normally have to get that much. I've got some additional paper towels, some toilet paper, some extra cups. I've got my boots, and I've got my blue jeans here. I don't need my blue jeans that much, and I definitely won't need my blue jeans until I get to Alaska, or get at least up into the Yukon where it's colder. I have a small inverter here. It's a 150 watt inverter that works off of a cigarette plug. The only thing that I need the inverter for is to recharge my laptop. Most everything else that I have will charge off of DC power directly, so that's fine. And then I've got two coats. I've got a lightweight coat and I got a heavier coat. So that's what's underneath the bed for the Alaska trip. And back in the closet area, my long sleeve shirts are all in here. The dog food and dog supply, some additional toilet paper and things like that. You gotta have some toilet paper in the bathroom because if you don't, well, you need it. And down here, I have electronic type supplies such as, a power, a plug, that's a 50 to a 30 amp converter. I've got some bungee cords that I use to just to do a few little odds and ends. I've got a shower hose for the outside. I have my USB plugs so I can charge that up. In the second drawer, I have some additional towels and wash rags, and these are rags for washing dishes. One thing that I do is I have let me pull this out, a kit to cut my hair. I cut my own hair when I'm on the road, and I've gotten in the habit of doing it, and it's pretty quick and pretty easy. So I do that. That way I don't have to go looking for another barber shop or anything like that when I'm on the road. Normally I use a safety razor, but when I'm boondocking, I don't want to use the water up. So I use a electric razor instead. And that way I can conserve water and you only use the water as I need to whenever I'm boondocking. And I will be boondocking in the trip to Alaska, of course. And in the bottom, I just have odds and ends supplies. That's all. I don't have too much in the medicine cabinet yet because I'm going to be spending the night here tonight. So, so I don't want to fill it up yet. I put this in, these little bungee cords, to sort of hold it in place a little bit so that whenever I'm driving so much, I don't open this cabinet and everything fall out. In the galley area, I've got some food. I don't have too much food up here just yet. Probably one of the most important things to take with you if you're going to Alaska is this book right here, The Milepost 2018. It's got all the information about all the roads up there, where the gas stations are, where you can, the sights to see and all that sort of stuff. It's pretty impressive, all the information that you got in there. Another one that's pretty good anytime you're traveling in an RV is this right here. That's Passport America. This gives you all kinds of coupons and things like that. And you can get this information online, but when you're on the road, you don't necessarily have internet service. So take the book. And up here, I have something important up here. If you're going to do the Alaska trip, you need this. Let me open it up here. This is a bug zapper, and it's charged with a USB port, which is pretty good because since it's USB, then that means I can charge it off of the house batteries without having to go through an inverter. And you just plug that, turn that on right there, and leave it running, and that'll get your bugs. So I'm pretty much ready to head up to Alaska. The only problem is I ran into a problem last night. I have a herniated disc, and I had to do some lifting of a heavy weight. It was the microwave in our house. I had to move it around, and apparently I damaged the herniated disc just a little bit, so it's pressing against the nerve, and that's causing some severe back pain. So I'm going to have to delay the departure by a day or so while the pain subsides. I mentioned this in an earlier video that I had a car wreck on the way back from Colorado. And so the car's been totaled, so I need to wait for the agent to come by and deal with all that before I can get going. But once I get that done, I'm headed to Alaska. Yes, I am.